Yay! This is so fun! I can't get this excited when I go on Facebook. Hooray, I can't. Oh, look at! So cute. Hey. All right, there we go. I'm excited that I have dogs and cats in my class. I've never had that before. Okay, this is great. Okay, so welcome. I won't introduce you all by name, but thanks for coming. Joanne, Mike, Ray, I can see a few of you on here. And I'm super excited to have you in this virtual yoga class today. And what we're going to do, Mike, I'm sure that in your living room you have a yoga strap. Awesome. It's okay if you don't. It's okay if you don't. I'm just going to show you. And Joanne, I'm going to get one of these to your house, or anyone who's watching. If you want a yoga strap, we have a lot of these at Forest Green School. We're going to be doing head, neck, and shoulders today. So one of the things that we want to really focus on, this is inspired by one of my very gorgeous teachers who was sitting at her computer today. And she looked like she was going to literally, her head was going to fall off because she was in such a slumped position. So today's class is all about head, neck, and shoulders, and this is inspired by all those of you who have gone from teaching and standing up to sitting down at a desk. And I'm going to just run you through a couple restorative postures that are going to open up your sternum. They're going to open up your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. So we're going to focus on two parts of the spine today, mostly just this upper part and then through the top part of the back. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. You can pull out a mat or a blanket and you can sit yourself down and get nice and comfy. I'm going to invite you to start out with a calming breathing exercise, if that's okay. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position with your spine nice and tall. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to lift up from the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head, feeling that you're nice and comfortable. And if it's okay, you're going to go ahead and find your breath through the nose, breathing deep into the belly, and starting to sense into that breath. If it's okay with you and the technology isn't too much of an issue, I'm going to invite you to drop the shoulders away from the ears, let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth, and let's just take 5 quiet breaths together, really sensing into this moment, sensing into our bodies. Starting to invite an inward focus, breathing through the nose all the way into the back of the throat, down into the lungs, and inviting that breath to go deep into the diaphragm. So feeling the belly rise and fall as we begin today's class. For many of you, if you're just starting out, I invite you to lay down on your back. Get really comfy and cozy. No one can see you. So go ahead and take the hands on the belly and just feel your breath moving in and out of the body. If it's okay, you're going to invite the exhalation to be twice as long as the inhalation. And you're going to guide that breath all the way down into the diaphragm, relaxing the point between the eyebrows, letting the teeth become unclenched, ensuring that the tongue has fallen away from the roof of the mouth. The face is soft and completely relaxed. Notice the sound of the breath, not pushing away any other noises, light, smell, but taking it all in without judgment, just noticing it as a sensation. Moment to moment awareness, without any big story, focused on the breath, feeling the sensations of the breath. And as you take 2 more deep breaths, you can invite that this time be spent with an intention. So that can be a person or a place in this world that needs positive energy, it needs light, and it needs a little bit more space. You can draw that intention deep into your heart chakra as you inhale, and then move that energy out into the universe as you exhale. And do that 2 more times. Deep breath, moving into that intention, and then letting go and knowing that the universe is doing 50% of the work. This is our last breath, sealing in our intention for today's practice, and exhaling and letting go completely. And from there, go ahead and wiggle the fingers and the toes. And you can go ahead and reach the arms up and overhead. You're going to press those palms together, point through the toes. And if you're on the floor, you're going to roll over onto your right side and you're going to rest in the fetal position. And just take a breath there in the fetal position. And if you're sitting up with me today, you're just going to move gently left and right. And then we're all going to meet upwards into a comfortable seated position with our face soft. You can keep your eyes closed. No one can see you. Great. And those arms come up, down, and back. Shoulders rolling up, down, and back. Excellent. Great. So just to open today, we're going to do a couple of gentle stretches. And if you happen to be so lucky, and I can see that a couple of you are, if you happen to be so lucky to be with someone, you can do this as a partner stretch. So you can sit back to back so that the back of your heads are touching. Oh, this is so fun to watch some of you. And so you can sit and then let that tailbone touch. And you can feel that even your lower lumbar is kind of pressed together. So you're really grounding into that person's back. If you're not with someone and you'd like to sit up against a wall or a hard surface, this is going to encourage that alignment. So if you're against the wall, the back of the head is touching, and if you're with someone else, just make sure that you can feel their shoulder blades, because so you're kind of wiggling into that straight position. And let's just take a couple of breaths and feel that straight spine, lifting all the way, thinking about the tailbone, moving up through the pelvis, shoulders up, down, and back, and reaching through the crown of the head so that we're lengthening all the way up and out of that spine. 2 breaths here, just feeling that nice straight spinal position. And if you're connected to that wall, you have the support behind you. If you're so lucky to actually be with someone right now, you're going to feel the warmth of their back. You're going to feel the back of their lungs, breathing into the back of your lungs because you're taking nice, deep, soft breaths. Let's relax into that body one more time. Connecting to our feet, staying with an inward focus. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to reach that right arm up. So the right arm lifts. And then we're going to go with an exaggerated slowness to the right, reaching over into that spinal twist. We're just working on that opening twist here. Left hand coming over the left knee. Left hand coming over the right knee. And we're looking over that right shoulder. And if you're with someone right now, you should feel that the shoulder blades are still connected. The heads are still touching. And if you're sitting against a wall, you're going to have to come up just a little bit so that you can get a nice stretch here. So as you twist, you're looking over that right shoulder. Even with the gaze, you're extending and you're inviting space into the spine, neck, and shoulders. And you're taking some deep breaths here, opening up through the sternum. Really thinking about lifting through that left side of the neck. and reaching, but not pushing. Enjoying that quiet breath as you start to imagine a little bit more space. Taking in any sunlight. One more deep breath here, just allowing the body to neutralize and restore. And you're going to come back to center with your partner, nice and slowly. Excellent. Shoulders up, down, and back. Connect to their shoulder blades. Yes, that looks great. Excellent. From here, if you're in a comfortable seated position, you're going to reach the arms all the way up and overhead. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to reach forward and down. So, reaching forward, let that belly button guide your forward bend. Lengthen through the neck and shoulders. That looks really good. Reach forward and down, opening up through the lower back. Breathe into the back of the legs. And don't be afraid to hang out here for a few breaths. Just starting to explore what's held up there, a little bit of tension maybe. Invite some breath into the back of the body, all the way down into the hamstrings, not tightening up in the jaw, neck, or shoulders. Think about moving that belly button towards the thighs. Breathe and lengthen. Good. 2 more deep breaths. Breathe and lengthen. Your forward bends are your humbling poses because people want to come out of them because of their ego. They want to be faster, further. They remember a place that they used to be able to go. So our forward bends, we hang out with them and we just kind of wrestle with our own ego. Good. One more deep breath. Let's go ahead and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Again, if you're working with a partner here, connect that spinal column so that you're stacking up. You're rolling right up against them. Good. Shoulders. The last thing to come up is the top of the head. Good. Shoulders up, down, and back. There you are again, connected completely to that tall spine. Take a deep breath. And as you let go, we're going to inhale that left arm up, exaggerating the slowness. This is a restorative class. There's nowhere to go. There's no speed that you have to go at. So as you take that twist to the left, think about staying connected to your partner and his or her shoulder blades. Think about looking over that left shoulder, even with the gaze of the eyes, looking left. Relax the jaw. Keep twisting as much as the spine will allow you to sit up. So not slumping here, but opening up through that heart chakra, opening up through the throat chakra. Deep breath as you extend over that left shoulder, reversing the signs of gravity. Stay here. Be curious and notice if the mind starts to wander or move too quickly. Just bring it back to the breath. And with your next breath, you're going to go ahead and come back to center. Excellent. Good. Shoulders up, down, and back. Let's just go ahead and drop the chin down to the center of the chest before we move on to our bellies on the floor. And so that chin, roll the shoulders back, make sure the chin is nice and relaxed and you don't feel anything pinching. Again, a very simple movement here, but you're actually just being completely present to what's being stored in the back of the neck. And then you're breathing into that with curiosity, no judgment, no big story. Left Sorry, left ear going to the left shoulder. I can't watch you all because you're going the other way. And dropping the shoulders away from the ear. Feel that stretch down the right side of the neck. Breathe into the right side of the neck. Open the jaw. Close the jaw. Do that one more time. Open the jaw and close the jaw. And then come back down to center, chin touching the chest. And if it's okay with that neck, you're going to roll the right ear to the right shoulder very slowly, inviting a nice, slow, gentle movement to heal the body. Feeling that nice stretch down the left side of the neck. Good. Opening the jaw here and closing the jaw. You can exaggerate this. Open the jaw. No one can see you. And close the jaw. Good. Come back to center. And then come all the way up. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to move down onto our bellies into a comfortable position. We're going to do the Alexander shoulder stretch. This one is so awesome, but it's really, if you're in my class a lot, we do this one all the time, but it's kind of awkward to get into, and it's definitely awkward for me to film because I don't know how to move anything. Okay, there we go. Let's see how this works. Okay, so Alexander shoulder stretch. This one's awesome. You're going to lay down on your belly, and from here, we're going to just start out with on our forearms, and we're going to just do kind of a modified Bhujangasana. So we're going to breathe. Our big toes are touching. We're just going to focus on opening up through that neck and shoulders right here. So again, I saw some of you working on your computers today, and I think this is really important. Roll the shoulders back. Look up towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulder blades back together. Good. And then let's roll all the way down to the mat, coming into alligator pose. So that right ear rests on the hands. That right ear rests on the hands. The big toes are touching and the heels fall apart. And this is alligator pose. It's a very safe and secure way to lay down on the belly. It shouldn't hurt the knees at all. I can see that Vicky's watching. Shouldn't hurt your knees at all. Should feel really good to be on your belly. We're going to take a couple of breaths here, feeling that front side of the body connected with the floor. Back side of the body is exposed. Front side of the body, we can feel that breath moving. Breathe deep into the belly. You should feel the lower back lifting and falling as you breathe. So consciously breathing all the way into that diaphragm and lengthening the exhalation, so that it's twice as long as the inhalation. Now from this pose, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to work with the back side of the head guiding the motion. So you're going to watch my back side of the head is going to go ahead and it's going to be tracing the lines. And this one's really good for those of you who have head, neck, and shoulder issues. And if you do this regularly, you're going to feel openness over time. So you can watch a couple of times. That ear, this is sweeping down on my arms. That ear traces the line of my arms. And as I get up to my shoulder, my chin turns all the way as far as I can get rotation. And then I start to go down with my chin. And I'm going back towards my arms. And a lot of you are going to notice that there's a lot of tension up in there. And you might not have quite as much mobility as I'm showing you here. So don't push it. And this shoulder can come off the ground because I'm reaching and I'm getting all the way up into the upper shoulder blades. I look to the left, and again, think about this. If you're not leading with the back of the head, you're going the wrong direction. I can't see you, so I cannot correct you. But you should feel that you're sweeping the back of the ear along your arms, and you're actually moving up into the shoulder, turning the head when you get to the shoulder, and then sweeping that chin back down towards the forearm. The back of my ear is touching my forearms and my hands, and then sweeping to the other side. We're doing this about 6 or 7 times. We're really taking a slow, gentle approach to this Alexander shoulder stretch. So breathing and kind of like, oh gosh, I don't really know what animal does this. Maybe you guys could help me with some of that animal identification here. I feel like a snake kind of does this, but I haven't really seen that many snakes in my life. So y'all can tell me which animal does this kind of motion, because you want to have a really, really strong feeling that you're moving left to right. So try this a couple more times. And then I'm going to show you how to tie your shoulders back for when you're sitting at your desks for the next, I don't know how many days. I'm going to show you how to tie your shoulders back. Mike, you can tie Joanne's shoulders back. Excellent. Last one. Really getting into that rhythm, feeling your own body, staying with the breath, and releasing any tension back there. Good. As you come back to center, let's go ahead and plant the forehead down on the mat. Take the hands to the side waist, roll the elbows into the ribs, spread the fingertips nice and wide. We're taking the big toes and touching them. And we're going to drop the heels out so that we protect the knees. The forehead's going to lift, the nose is going to lift, the chin's going to lift, the throat is going to lift. And we're rolling up with the strength of the back, just breathing into that back. Squeeze your bum, keep your feet planted, and lift into Bhujangasana. That back side of the body, again, roll those shoulders the opposite way that gravity has been pulling them all day long. One more deep breath here. Good. With all of that strength, lift up as you inhale, and then as you exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time, extremely mindful, so that you're exaggerating the slowness of the body and inviting release, safety, and rest into the body. From here, you can press up, and you're going to come back over, unless you have knee problems, you're going to come back over into your mecha pose. Your knees are wide open, your belly falls between your thighs, your hands reach out, you're extending towards the tips of your mat. Your forehead is planted, and if your forehead's not planted, I'm going to ask that you stack your fists here and rest the head, neck, and shoulder on the fists. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle through the hips. Breathe into the knees and ankles. If your hands are extended, roll the shoulders away from the ears and rock that forehead left and right on the mat. Letting all of those thoughts, needless mental chatter, it's called Vikshapa, monkey chatter. Let all of that just dump right into your mat. Anything that you cannot control, figure out what that is and let it go right here. Great. And we'll go ahead and we'll come up onto our hands and knees. Again, very, very simple and restorative class today. We're not moving too quickly. We did a lot more on Monday. So today we're just focusing on restoration. Let's go ahead. Let's take the knees directly underneath the hips. Hands are directly underneath the shoulder blades. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to exhale and draw up into cat pose. And you're going to inhale, draw the shoulder blades, and come up into cow pose. Good. Exhale. Forehead coming towards that pubic bone. And inhale, back of the head reaching for the tailbone. Now this time, really focus on moving through those shoulders as you do this. So pull those shoulders forward, lift, and then draw those shoulder blades together. And try that one more time, really focusing on the shoulders. Drop those shoulder blades forward. And drop the shoulder blades backwards. Good. Back to tabletop. And we're gonna come over, and I know a lot of you don't have a yoga strap, but I want you to see how this is done, and you can find this on YouTube. Once you get a yoga strap, you can do this awesome, awesome shoulder tie-up thing. Tie-up thing, that is not the technical term for it, but okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. So it's super easy. Joanne, yoga strap, essential. I'm going to say it's super easy, and then I'm going to screw this up. Comes around your belly, and then you take both sides of the strap. You can even practice with a regular belt if you don't have a yoga strap. Otherwise, the Yoga Association of Alberta sells these. And you put one strap on this side and one strap on this side. And then you grab the two straps behind you, kind of like a seatbelt. And from there, you just cross the straps. You cross the straps, and then you can already feel that the shoulders are going back. Can you see that, Joanne? Yeah. Okay. So then from there, you tighten it as much as you want, because I've got this little belt thing on. And you can sit like this all day long at your computer, and then you can't cheat anymore. So if there's no Felicia there to watch your, if there's no Felicia there to watch your posture, you won't be able to cheat. So you can tighten this belt up as much as you want, and then you can rearrange it onto the shoulders, and it's just gonna pull the shoulders back. And I'm just gonna show you what the back looks like, because it kind of potentially looks to a man like a bra, but I don't think any of our bras offer this kind of shoulder stabilization. So you're just gonna feel that nice support, and you can see that that alignment is there. And I really can't, it feels like my whole upper body is super well supported. Okay, so if you have your strap on and you joined me, that's great. And then we're gonna sit in one more pose, and we're gonna do one more. We'll just take half of eagle pose. So the hands come out away from the body, and then you're gonna cross. And then some of you are gonna just do this right here. You're just gonna clasp like this. Some of you are gonna be able to do a full clasp. See what your shoulders can do here. Good. So again, opening. I can see that some of you need that redone. Crossing, crossing again, and clasping. That feels really good. And then from here, you're going to take a deep breath in, move those elbows up. And as you exhale, you're going to roll down into that belly button. And then you're going to slowly come back up, inhaling up. And then exhale down, roll into that belly button. Notice which arm is on top. Inhale up. And roll down into that belly button. Last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. And come back to center. Good. You're going to open all the way up. That right arm was on top for me. I'm not sure which one you had on top. Open up completely. Now I'm crossing with the left arm on top this time. And then they cross and clasp. Good. Thank you for doing this with me. Go ahead and inhale, reach up. And exhale, slowly lower down to the belly button. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, slowly lower down. 2 more times, if that's available, to reach up. And slowly lower down. Last one. Breathe in. And breathe out. Beautiful. Coming back to center, releasing. I'm going to take my strap off. I'm going to invite you all to lie down on your backs. Get really comfy. Put on some warm socks. Cover yourself up with a blanket. Maybe some of you have a bolster at home. You can put the bolster right underneath your knees, or a pillow under your knees. You're going to let your feet come at least hip width distance apart. You're going to let your palms turn up and come nice and far away from the body. So you're taking up a lot of space like a starfish. You're lying down onto your back, and you're juggling any other movement that you need. You're kind of wiggling into that comfortable stillness. You're nice and warm. Make sure that you're really, really caring for yourself at this time, being as kind and compassionate with yourself as you possibly can as we move into our final relaxation, giving yourself 100% commitment to take this time to relax. So, as you're down on your back, I invite you to close your eyes and to begin to breathe again deeply into the belly, connecting first with that heart chakra and thinking about the intention that you've set for today's class. And as you exhale, let go of anything else that you're holding on to. Deep breath moving back into the body. And we'll walk through just some auto suggestions to get you into a nice, comfortable, relaxed state. Think about moving that breath all the way down into that diaphragm, growing the length and duration of the breath without forcing anything, just inviting space, inviting slow, gentle breath into your way of being. I'm relaxing my toes, my feet, and my ankles. I'm relaxing my toes, my feet, and my ankles. My toes, my feet, and my ankles are relaxed. I'm relaxing my calves, my knees, and my thighs. I'm completely relaxing my calves, my knees, and my thighs. My calves, my knees, and my thighs are completely relaxed. I'm relaxing my pelvis, my abdomen, and my chest. I'm relaxing my pelvis, my abdomen, and my chest. My pelvis, my abdomen, and my chest are completely relaxed. I'm relaxing my shoulders, my arms, and my fingertips. I'm relaxing my shoulders, my arms, and my fingertips. My shoulders, my arms, and my fingertips are heavy and relaxed. I'm relaxing my throat, my jaw, and the crown of my head. I'm relaxing my throat, my jaw, and the crown of my head. My throat, my jaw, and the crown of my head are completely relaxed. My body is still. My body is becoming balanced. My body is invited to restore itself. And as you take this last breath, you can seal in your practice the sense of peace and calm and relaxation, and kindly extend it to all those with whom you come in contact. Coming back to this level of consciousness, wiggling your fingers and your toes very slowly. And as you're ready, drawing your feet together and your arms up and overhead and giving the body one more gentle stretch before rolling onto your right side and resting in the fetal position. Your heart turned up towards the sun. When you're ready, gently, very gently, keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft, press yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. And from here, go ahead and take that right hand up to the heart, full acceptance and love of self. And as you wrap the left one on top, we remember that this is what gives us full acceptance of others. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice today with me. Namaste, wherever you are in this universe.